Hi again. Well, we've had a few days of weather, snow and everything else, and of course, yesterday it was cold and snow. We got about 2 inches of snow and then it rained, so it had all that. It looks like cellulite. but now today it's like 55. So I'm going to continue doing that, the mulch around the blueberries. So we're going to go up here. Oh, I forgot the buckets. I'm talking to you and I forgot the buckets. So, because I have so much goat poop that I do tend to sometimes, I'll dig it up and leave buckets for people. If I like sift it and everything, I'll charge them. But if I'm just digging it out and it's just a bucket of stuff, I don't charge anybody because it's really not work digging out. Now I'm going to try to get in here. Okay. So I'll pause this so I can set it up. You'll be able to see what I'm doing. Here we go. Hopefully that's pretty good. I'm going to have some help here, whether I want it or not. Just trying to set up the camera, and of course, they're all over that. So now they're going to be all over what I'm doing. Biggest thing is they think that I'm bringing food. I already brought them bread and stuff this morning, so they're just being scroungers. So this part here of the goat pen is at the bottom of the hill. And when I cleaned out the, hang on, let me get them something to get them out of the way. Just a second. There we go. It'll work for most of them. So Flower's going to hang here because she wants some more grain. We'll get that later. Oh, I found a glove. Well, like I was saying, this part here is down at the bottom of the hill. So when I clean out the barn or anything, this is where I drop everything. And look at that. It's like it's nice. The top couple of inches is still hay and all, but underneath is like all compost. And I've been digging up this for a few weeks. Yes, ma'am, you're in my way. Do you care? No. And this I am not going to sift or anything. I'm just going to use it the way it is. There are some roots here because they're cedar trees and stuff. Some that got cut down, some are dead, some of the goats killed. But some of the roots are still here. That's what's making it hard to shovel. Get under the root and then it kind of comes out because most of them they're really not still alive. There's one cedar. One cedar that's alive and two cedars that are alive. And I think these other ones here are those a couple of ash, and that is, I think it's an oak. Yeah, it's an oak. I was trying to think, which was the one that I cut down. Last year I cut one down. It was like a little, wasn't doing that well. So I figured rather than have it just keep hanging that way, time for it to go. So I'll finish up a couple more buckets. I'll finish a couple of buckets and I'll take them down to the bush, and then we can see how to do those bushes so that you don't have a lot of work. Yeah, good girl. Oh, and I'm getting old. Okay, here we go. Everything around underneath here. The other day, I cleaned up all the weeds that were already here. So there weren't that many. It was very, very easy. I dug them up with anything that was tough. I used an asparagus fork. That's what this thing is. It looks like a big gigantic poker, but it's called an asparagus fork. So that's what I used for that, and it's one of my favorite tools. And just put the compost. Now, if you don't have compost, there's a lot of things that you can substitute. Where I live, they have a recycle station where you can actually go pick up compost from where they do the tree trimmings and stuff. Some people like it. I like it for some things, but not for garden. And I have to go get a rake. I'll be right back. There we go. I have to make sure I do the right button that comes off the side. But anyway, I just put down about an inch of compost. It doesn't need a lot. I do it every year. This bush got trimmed back a lot last year. I really trimmed it hard. So it's relatively smaller, but it makes it a lot healthier. So I had my mom being sick the year before and everything. It was just, I never got around to it. So that's that. The next thing you do is cardboard. So these are like some of the boxes that I've been having stuff delivered. I flatten them out and leave them. I took them out the other day, so they got wet. And I just didn't bother putting them back in. Many times if they have tape, I'll take the tape off. Sometimes I don't. And then when I'm going through things later in the season, I just pick up the pieces of tape that are around. One thing you want them to do is overlap. If you can get that. Works really, really, really well. This is chewy. I hadn't ordered from Chewy before all this Corona stuff. I kind of wish they were still a little damp, but they're not. That's okay. And then go around I'm looking for the corner where it gets stuck together. And yeah, use half of this one. And I have some places that have flowers coming up. I don't want to cover those. But I think I'll bring it out here a little bit more. So I'll be right back. This is how I like them when they're like really wet because they lay down flat. Flatter. Many times when I'm done, I will water, even if it doesn't need it, but it's basically just to wet the cardboard and help it to lay down. This is a small piece, so I'll stick it underneath. There we go. Now, let me come over. Ugh. So I can show you. It's not very attractive right now, but what I'm going to do is I have some old hay, and I don't just use old hay, but it's like with all the leaves that are around, I have a mulcher, it's like a vacuum, or go over with the lawnmower and bag it, and I use that to put on top of the cardboard. So I'm going to put this on hold, and I'm going to go get some so I can show you what I mean. And I'll be right back. Okay, well, with the snow yesterday, a lot of the leaves are wet, so I really can't vacuum them up, but I got some. And what I do, I figured I'd show you this. My mom did get me the works tool. She started out with the screwdriver. Let me straighten this out a little bit. And the cordless. Hey, Jean. And I liked it so much, and it made my life so much easier. Alright, go on. Good. There, good girl. So I'm gonna have to move this and get like that. Okay. Alright, hopefully that's better. I don't think so. But oh, Lordy. I'm trying to do this all in one so I don't have to edit. Anyway, good girl. That we've added on as time goes on. And for my birthday last year, this is what she got me. It's like a leaf vacuum, and I love it. It's not cordless. I did call the company. They're working on a cordless version, but they just can't get the battery time to be long enough to do anything good. But the connector, we had another one. Let me show you the connector here. It just snaps on and it snaps right off. It's so easy, and I've had it and I've dropped it and everything. It works really good. We had another one she got my dad years ago. It was Sears. It was from Sears, and it's really good. But I had somebody working in the back, and I let him borrow the top of my driveway for storage. And when he left, he stole a bunch of tools from me. So thank you, G, for stealing a saw and all that stuff. And one of the things, he thought it was like a leaf blower, so he stole my vacuum. He didn't steal the bag, he just stole the vacuum. Oh well. And he goes by the name of G. He's from Florida. But I don't believe anything he said now, so he could be anybody. But anyway. And because I don't have enough, I'm going to go up and get some hay and give you an idea. But this got wet, so you just spread it down around enough to like hold it. I have a couple of little branches here that have to be trimmed down. So you want enough to hold the cardboard and give it like a nice layer like that, and that will keep your weeds from torturing you. Now, if you want to do this under a decorative bush and you have like mulch that you buy, or like a gardener or something does, instead of hay and that on top of the cardboard, that's where you would put your mulch. But because of the way mulch is, I would wet the cardboard first so that it laid really flat. I would do it like a day, and then another day, like 2 days before, put down the cardboard and wet it, and then wet it a couple of times so it got really good and wet and it laid down flat. Then when the mulch goes down, it'll lay nice and flat for you. And if you want to change stuff, see, the benefit to this is if you want to change stuff, well, this, it will decompose. I think you can see it. Let me switch it around so I can see. There we go. There we go. And even though it's just hay, when that flattens out, it looks a lot better. I'll go get some more hay, do along the back, and over there's the stone wall, and that will be just actually perfect, absolutely perfect. This part over here I am doing with purchased mulch. I don't use any like chemicals and stuff on the blueberry, but this year I'm going to purchase mulch because I can't get over to the recycle and get wood chips from there. So this year I'm going to have to suffer through that one, but that's okay. I tried to get a decent, a really good brand and everything. So very good. So that will work out great. So now if I'm going to go get the hose and water that so it'll settle down after I finish all the mulch. But that will happen with that one. It'll happen with the other two. So that's what I did with this one last year. See, this one really only needs a little refresher because this was done last year. And you can see there's like nearly no weeds at all. And that to me is like, how perfect can you get? Because like right next to it, that's what it would look like. So I can't beat that. This one hasn't been done for probably 4 or 5 years. I forget, but it's been 4 or 5 years. So it's really starting to grow up over in here. So they'll be done. The other one was, I got it really early. So that one, it was really easy. So this will probably be my chore. So, but up for that. So that's kind of like how things are here. It's Sunday afternoon. And I have wind chimes all over the place. And that's what the rest of my day will be like. So hopefully you're having a good day. And when this gets all done, I'll put in an update and also the rest of the stuff, because that's not going to take me all day. But what I do this afternoon, I'm planning on doing that wisteria and showing you how I keep the goats from getting it. So other than that, it's just a nice day. I hope you're enjoying it. So take care, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.